Hello, welcome to Fantastic Books and where to find them. So a few days ago I was lucky enough to go to one of the launch events at Waterstones in Piccadilly in London to listen to a talk with Alan Hamilton hosted by Samantha Shannon, and while there we managed to get our copies of Hero of the Fall pretty much a week early. Before we get going, I just wanted to say that this is a spoiler-free review for Hero of the Fall, but we are going to have spoilers for Rebel of the Sands and Traitor to the Throne. I went to the Traitor to the Throne event last year, got my book, started reading it, never finished it. I finished Traitor to the Throne 2 days before the launch event for Hero this year, and I have no idea how the people who did read it when it came out last year, how you've managed to wait so long for this book. As soon as I finished it, I was like, I need the next one immediately. It did take me a little while to get through Rebel of the Sands. I wasn't as keen on that, but it did get better. Once we had the magic and the genie and all that sort of pay out there, I think I did enjoy it more. Also, when we got a lot of the other characters from the Rebellion. I adored Traitor to the Throne so much. Even though we didn't get to see a lot of those characters, I really liked that. I want to say politics. It wasn't really politics, but the inner workings of the palace. I really like that sort of thing. I used to read a lot of Tudor novels and I liked that kind of similar feel. But it had the added bonus of being a fantasy and having that magical element to it as well. And now we have Hero of the Fall, and I finished reading it about 3 or 4 hours ago. And my initial thoughts are, wow, like, I am emotionally drained. I feel like I've just walked across the desert myself. I'm not sure it's because I had just finished Traitor to the Throne and I was still riding a high from that as well and sort of rode that through onto Hero as well. But I think this might actually be my favourite book of the series. The second one I really did like. The first one was okay, but this third one just blew me away. I usually hate the end of most series, especially trilogies. I have a long-running problem with them. If it's on my head, I don't think I can think of a completely satisfying ending to any of the series that I can think of. I think maybe the Mortal Instruments may have had like a satisfying quality to it, but it's not the same. Hero has changed all of that though. I wasn't sure about recording this video right now because as it stands, I'm having trouble picking things in this book that I didn't really like. And I know it might be in a few weeks or a few days or whatever that maybe think, oh actually no, I wasn't that keen on that bit. But anything I think I could pick would just be nitpicking at this point. It's 506 pages. I read it in a couple of days, which for me is ridiculously fast because I just enjoyed it that much. And I honestly don't think I could have chosen a better way for this series to end. It was epic, it was exhilarating, it was fun, it was heart-wrenching, it was utterly inspiring at the same time. And it felt honest, which, you know, at the end of a series or a book and you get, oh, and they all lived happily after and they walked off into the sunset. This kind of had a bittersweet end to it, which I really, I really enjoyed it because it made the book feel real. So again, if you've read Traitor, you'll know that when this book starts, the rebellion is hanging on by a thread. Most of them, including Prince Ahmed, have been captured. And I think I may have read the end of Traitor where I read it in such a rush. In fact, I listened to it on an audiobook, so maybe I zoned out at the wrong moment. But, and again, big spoilers, last chance if you've not read Traitor to the Throne. I thought Prince Ahmed died. Obviously, it was Amin wearing Ahmed's face, but I didn't get that from Traitor to the Throne, and it might be because I wasn't probably listening to the end of that audiobook like I probably should have done. So I had a bit of a shock when at the beginning of this book it does say that, yeah, Amin died. Amin was wearing Ahmed's face when he was executed in front of everyone. And Traitor ends with Amani being like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to lead. And she's always had to rely on Ahmed or Shazad or even Jin to an extent. And now she's pretty much on her own. And I think that did wonders for seeing her character. I wasn't keen on her as a character, especially in Rebel, but she definitely grew during Traitor and she has blossomed in Hero. You get to really see the way she ticks and it feels relatable. The decisions she has to make, even when she knows she has to make the right decision, the way she struggles with that, and she's like, I know I need to make this right decision, but it's really hard to not make this wrong decision that will help me, that will accomplish what I want. We had a lot of travelling in this, but it didn't seem, I mean, because we had the twins and obviously they can tend to birds, it didn't seem like too much. There was a very amazing awesome travel scene that happens towards the end. I'm not going to spoil it obviously, but you'll know it when you read it, and it is brilliant. If you're watching this and you have read the book, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I was absolutely terrified of this book. I got to the last 100 pages this morning and I decided I don't think I'm going to finish it. Maybe not ever, but like not today, because at the talk, which the video will go up this Saturday, I will put a link in the description for this video once that goes live, but this is going live first, so yay! I figured because the book is out today, I would put the video out today. And in that you hear about how Samantha Shannon read the book and she cried and it broke her, and Alwyn does say not everyone gets out alive, not everyone gets out unscathed. And I was like, no, I'm attached to pretty much everyone in some degree. Yeah, I have my favourite characters. Shazad and Sam are two of my absolute favourite characters. Shazad kicks butt and Sam is so sassy and funny, and you get that from them in this, and you get a deeper part of them as well. You get to see more of their characters and a different side to them as well. And I like that this book feels different from the others as well. They all have their separate feels. Okay, so there's something I didn't like, and I think that's possibly the romance. To an extent, it grew on me. By the end of this book, I wouldn't say I was shipping Jin and Amani as much as, say, I'm shipping Sam and Shazad, because of course. And I don't know why, because in theory I guess it's probably quite a realistic relationship. They are very backwards and forwards. They're not touching each other every 2 seconds, and the moments they do have do feel genuine and intimate. But then there are, like in Traitor, when Amani is hurt and Jin leaves because he doesn't want to see her die. I understand that to an extent, but it's not something I would do, so I find that difficult. But I get it. But he loves her so much that I don't know, it just doesn't fit for me. I do feel occasionally their romance kind of annoyed me. Not because they're not necessarily good for each other or I don't want to be together, but sort of like, there's more important things. Carry on with something else. Do that later when I'm not reading. I have other stuff to read about. But I'm glad there wasn't as much of that in this, and it did, towards the end especially, start to feel genuine. But there was a couple of moments when I was like, yes, I know, you don't want to hurt each other, move on, let's go kick some butt. I haven't liked a book this much in a while. So I feel like I'm kind of grasping at things that I didn't like. Belial, I can't remember if that's how you pronounce his name or what his title is. I think he's the Emir of somewhere. The big impenetrable city, and in Traitor he wants a dingy wife to help him survive. His character arc was really boring and really kind of crappy, I guess. That's probably it, but then that's kind of, the character's kind of crappy. So in case you hadn't guessed, I'm going to give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I'm really, really chuffed with the way it came out, and in a way I think I don't know if I would go back and reread it. I'm not a big rereader, and a lot of the scenes probably wouldn't feel the same. I did try filming some of my reactions while I was reading. If I'm feeling brave enough, I'll edit some of them around so you can see them. But there are a couple of scenes where I was crying and then suddenly I was like, oh, what? I would carry on reading, and then I'd cry because I was happy. And I love a book that can make you feel so much like that. It made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me think, and I wanted to go out and kick some butt after reading this book, which I really, really liked. I would say if you haven't read the series yet, you should do it, but if you're watching this, you probably have done. If you have read Traitor Throne and you don't think you're that keen on Hero, give it a go. It's definitely worth it, and it's gorgeous. Think about how gorgeous all 3 of your books would look. So I just want to say happy book birthday to Alwyn Hamilton and Hero at the Full. I hope everyone enjoys it as much as I did. Part of me almost feels like, I want more now, I need more, I'm really into it. But like I said, it was ended really well. I can't think of another way I would have ended it, even with the bad things that happen, because obviously bad things have to happen, but I think they were addressed perfectly. So there we go, that is my spoiler-free review of Hero at the Full. Definitely my favourite book of the year. I think the series may actually be one of my absolute favourite series now as well. And it's nice not to have to ignore the last book of a series because I hate it. So like I said, the video for the launch event will be up at the weekend. There's going to be the talk itself on its own, and then I've got like a silly little video of some outtakes going up as well. That's just like a 2-minute video. I'll stick a link for that in the description. I will also put a book depository link up for the book itself and the Goodreads link as well. So this is more of a review than a book talk for a change. If you prefer this format, let me know. It's obviously a bit more spoiler free, so if you haven't read the book, you then can still watch the video, still enjoy it, and then hopefully have your own opinions on it once you've read it as well. Let me know if you prefer this kind of video or if you would prefer a book talk full of spoilers. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to do a spoilery video about this as well. But make your feelings known, let me know what you think, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, give it a subscribe because that is awesome, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!